Hey everybody, it's Turbo here, and I know this isn't some CSGO gameplay, but I wanted to upload a video on the Modern Warfare 2 beta because I played it on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and also PC, and I have a lot to talk about. So if you guys are excited for videos where I actually play new games, then drop a like on the video and make sure to subscribe with the bell icon rung because there's going to be a lot more of this in the future. So my thoughts on the Modern Warfare 2 beta. Let's go. The question of the day is, did you guys play the Modern Warfare 2 beta and did you like it or nah? Make sure to leave a comment down below, and yes, I do read every single comment on these videos. So on both the Series X and the PS5, the game ran really well actually. I was playing on an LG CX or C10 and it supports 4K 120Hz. And I was able to get the full 120 hertz at 4K pretty much across the board. And the game felt and played really good, even though I was just using a controller. I mean, I kind of grew up on that, so I'm kind of used to it, but obviously keyboard and mouse is my go-to. However, though, there were a couple major gripes that I really had with the beta, and I'm sure they're going to fix it by the time the game releases. And if not, then oh boy, that's going to suck. Because across every single platform, I noticed quite a bit of crashes, especially on the PC side. On Xbox, it crashed. PlayStation 5 crashed. And I know it's just a beta, so it's not supposed to be perfect, but this better not be an issue when the game launches. Another issue I had was when I tried to queue with like 5 people, basically, we weren't able to connect to the servers unless we all restarted our game. I invited everyone to the lobby, and then we started searching. And then, after the game ends, you have to do it all over again. Like, you can't just connect to another match. I only noticed that when we were playing with like 5 people. When we had like 3 people or less, it never happened. But dude, it was really annoying. Obviously, I don't want this whole video to just be me complaining about everything wrong with the beta, because there are a lot of really good things about it that I really did enjoy. First of all, the gameplay, the weapons, the maps, like everything about it is really solid. Now, obviously, there are a few really annoying things like the drill charges that can get you through walls and, you know, just random mines that just come out of nowhere. But across the board, though, like it feels like Modern Warfare 2019, but the maps are actually much better made. The pace seems to be a lot quicker. There's less camping spots, and just overall, for the most part, all the maps are really well made when you compare them to the previous COD games. Now, obviously, this is just the beta and there's only a couple maps, but I hope the full release has maps that are just as good as these ones, if not better. Also, they completely revamped the perk system. So to start, you have 2 base perks that you can choose from, and these are kind of the weakest perks, but they can still really come in handy, and you get these from the beginning of the game. And then over time, and as you accumulate score, it kind of all works hand in hand. You unlock the bonus perk, which is actually better than the base perks, and this can definitely come in handy. And then way later in the game, like a couple minutes in basically, or if you get a lot of score, you unlock your ultimate perk, and these are basically the best perks. Like you have Ghost, you have Last Stand. Yeah, Last Stand, it's back, but it's useless. And overall, the new perk system is interesting, but it also is a little bit different because, I mean, obviously you can't get Ghost until a couple minutes into the game, so UAVs at the beginning are way more effective. Only time will tell if it's a good change or not. Alright, but of course, since I am a PC gamer, we need to talk about the PC performance. So my main gaming PC that has an i9-10900K as well as a 3090, I mean, it's a little overkill, but the game averages about 160 to 200 FPS on medium to high settings. But I have another computer that I use for VR gaming. It has an i7 8700K as well as an RTX 2070 Super, and I noticed that the game was literally unplayable on that, and I looked it up and there were other people having the exact same issue on 2070 Supers specifically, and it could be other cards as well, but that's just kind of like what I found out doing a little bit of research. Basically, on one PC it runs smoothly, it runs perfectly, you can go around and have a lot of fun. On the other PC, you get about 20 to 30 FPS on the absolute lowest settings, and even cranking up the settings doesn't make a difference. And then you have these low points of like 9 to 12 FPS, which is a little sus when you really think about it. It's just kind of strange because you have a card that is well above the recommended specs for the game, and it can't even run it because of some weird bug. When the game launches, maybe they'll fix it, hopefully. But I'm just a little curious, how many of you guys tried out the PC beta? Like, what graphics card do you use? And did you have the issue where it was literally unplayable, or did it run pretty well for you? Just leave that in the comments down below for any PC gamers out there, because we need to get to the bottom of this. But now that the beta is officially over, all we can really do now is just look forward to the official release of the game. So that kind of brings us to the second part of this video. What what does Modern Warfare 2 really need to do on launch to succeed? First of all, obviously, they need to fix all the bugs, they need to fix the connectivity issues, and they need to make it just work out of the box, whether you're playing solo or you're playing with a team of 6. Not even to mention all the crashes on consoles, and especially on the PC side of things. So just going from the beta, the gameplay was absolutely solid. However, create a class was a little scuffed. There were only a few weapons that you could level up and put attachments on. But I mean, once the full game launches, it won't be a problem. You'll be able to level up everything, put attachments on it, and it's going to be gravy. But the main thing that could make or break the game is the map selection on launch. Obviously, they're going to have a bunch of brand new maps, but I think they should also have a selection of some old remade maps from the original Modern Warfare 2. Afghan, High Rise, Rundown, Estate, like even Derail, they could have Rust. And I didn't even mention Skid Row, Scrapyard, Terminal, or Subbase. Modern Warfare 2 had so many incredible maps. Wasteland even, maybe? I'm mainly just saying this because Modern Warfare 2019 was great across the board except for the maps. The maps were way too big, they were way too convoluted, and they just weren't that much fun to play. But I mean, just based on the beta maps from Modern Warfare 2, it seems like they learned that lesson, and hopefully the full game has a solid set of maps. And of course, there's been a big debate about them having doors in the game, whether they should remove them or keep them in or just kind of like rebalance them. And obviously my whole stance on the thing is I think they're fine for competitive play, but for regular like game modes that aren't competitive, that aren't league play, they don't really belong. They kind of slow down the action and they just make the game less fun. And you know what? Let's talk about the cooperative mode, because in Modern Warfare 2019, it was an absolute disaster. Spec Ops was horrible. You could have up to 4 friends and go in on this giant map with millions of enemies that infinitely respawn, and the objectives are just kind of not that fun. The thing that made Spec Ops so great back in the day was the fact that they were these short little missions that you could run through on multiple difficulties, and every single Spec Ops mission felt fun and unique, and there was all these like cool different game mechanics you could actually utilize. And Modern Warfare 2019 did not recreate that at all. Like, they went for something completely different and they failed. So hopefully this time with Modern Warfare 2, they decide to go back to basics and go back to their old formula from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, and maybe even add a survival mode that's fun. I don't know about you guys, but when Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009, Spec Ops was one of my favorite game modes that came out of it. I mean, sure, it wasn't as good as Zombies and it wasn't as replayable as Zombies, but it was still something that was new and fresh, and I just want there to be a solid co-op mode that I can play with my friends, straight up. But overall, from a PC gamer's perspective, the game is absolutely solid if you can get it to work. That's the thing. Feels great. You can hit crazy flicks, and the MK2 is so much fun to play with on keyboard and mouse. I remember back in the day on shipment on Modern Warfare 2019, I loved to use the MK2 and just go for these crazy like 5-6 man feeds, and it was so much fun to play with. So hopefully they also bring back shipment. But with all that being said though, the game has a ton of potential, and I would rate the beta a solid 8 out of 10. The maps are good, the weapons are fun, and the gameplay is great. However, you know, it was a little limited, but with the full release of the game, won't really be an issue. Also, since this is going to be the first Call of Duty with a 2-year lifespan, like, I'm sure the game is going to have a ton of content, and hopefully they don't blow it. I mean, at least it's not 343 Industries working on the game, but that is a completely different video altogether. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys played the beta and if you're excited for the full game. Subscribe with the bell icon rung. We're getting closer and closer to 100K. And overall, have a great and safe rest of your day, guys. It's Turbo, and I'm out. Peace.